Well, good morning folks. It's early in the morning here in Perth, Western Australia, and we've just finished packing the car for our adventure. We're heading up through the Pilbara and the Kimberley to Northern Territory, to Darwin, to see our son Keith. And then, well, we don't really know where we're going to go, but we'll be away for a fair while anyway. Heather and myself, she's just retired, and we've decided that we need a real good holiday because we haven't had one for a while. So here we go. Off we go, day one. Yes, that's us, all ready to hit the road. It's absolutely amazing what you can fit into a small vehicle. And we're not even in near that. When I get in this thing, think of how much weight there's going to be. See ya! So, here we go, off we go, day one. Our first day, Perth to Kew via Mount Magnet. Well, here we are. We've just over an hour into our trip. We've had a really good run. Really good run through Perth. It was amazing. And we're just passing through Bindoon now, which is sort of the first major town north of Perth on the Great Northern Highway. We've got quite a bit of way to go today. We're going up to Kew, which is about a 600k drive. But so far it's been quite good. We've been following a cavalcade of army vehicles. So we may have been recruited into the army, you never know. Next time you see us, we might be in some war-torn country somewhere, not really wanting to be there. But here we go, Bindoon, lovely place, and we're making good progress so far. So catch you later. Well, we've come about a 90-minute drive north of Perth, and we're at a place called New Norcia, which is Australia's only monastery town. Yep, the whole town is just basically a monastery, churches, schools. There's a hotel here for the parents of kids who are at schools. There's a small servo, and not much else here. This thing was established in 1847, and given that the Swan River colony was just established in 1829, they got up here remarkably quickly. But it is a fantastic place. If you are journeying north from Perth, make sure you stop at New Norcia. You will not be disappointed. Enjoy this drone shot of New Norcia as tragedy is about to hit. Well, here I am, still at New Norcia, and sans drone. Unfortunately, I was flying around taking shots of these beautiful buildings, and it crashed into a roof somewhere, and the monks have been very helpful, but I can't find it. Looks like I might be up for a new drone. Oh dear, Heather will not be happy. Well, we're back on the road. Heather's driving. My drone has become a monk at New Norcia. I think I crashed into a roof and I've lost it. So we're going to go drone free for a little while until I have to beg, squirm and cajole Heather into letting me get a new one, which is going to be extraordinarily difficult. Keep driving, sweetheart, I'm just having a private conversation here. Uh-oh, she doesn't believe me. Anyway, we're on our way to Dalwallanu now. Thank you, New Norcia. That was indeed an adventure. Next stop, Dalwallinu. Well, we've been on the road for about 4 hours, and here we are in Dalwallinu, which is a lovely little town in the wheat belt, famous for its wildflowers. This is the most fantastic place to come during the West Australian wildflower season. From here we start to hit more rugged country. From now on we'll hit more sparse vegetation, but when you come up here in, say, late August or early September, the wildflowers are absolutely fantastic. Dalwallinu is a lovely little town. And now I'm able to sing that Matt Munro song, Drone Free, oh why am I drone free? Yes, Mr. Stupidity here, saying goodbye from Dalwallinu. Well, we've just passed one of our favourite roads. We're on the road at the moment to Paynes Fine, between Woburn and Paynes Fine, and we've just passed a road called Goodlands Road, which is absolutely fabulous in the wildflower seasons, particularly because on that road you see the wreath flowers, which actually do look like wreaths and are absolutely wonderful to go and see. The reason why they're so good is because they like disturbed earth, and of course you've got cars going along Goodlands Road which disturbs the earth, and that encourages these wonderful wreath flowers to grow. Western Australia, come here in a couple of weeks. This road here that we're driving along, this will be covered, it'll be carpeted in wildflowers, and this year they're going to be magnificent because we've had a very, very wet year, and that always brings on the magnificent wildflowers. Well, here we are at Paynes Fine. We're a little over halfway through our first day's travel. We've been travelling for about 5 hours with a couple of stops. One was a drone losing stop, which I will never forget. However, Paynes Fine is just a small gold battery here. The gold was discovered in the 1800s sometime, and they're still mining gold, so it's obviously been very successful. Not much here, just a pub, very basic caravan park, and just some mining buildings. But we're not all that far from Kew, which will be our next stop, or our first night on this trip. Speak to you soon. Well, here we go. We've had a great trip from Paynes Fine. Not much has happened, and here we are at Mount Magnet. Now, we may have to stop for fuel here. We haven't made a decision about that until we see the price. But we have stopped at Mount Magnet before, and that's why we're not stopping at Mount Magnet now, because it makes Paynes Fine look like New York's Times Square. Anyway, lovely to see you at Mount Magnet, and I'm just going to check out the price of fuel, and if it's no good, we'll be on our way. Well, we did stop at Mount Magnet because the fuel was under $2 a litre, which is really, really good for this area. We know it's going to be more expensive when we go up through Kew and Meekatharra and Newman, etc. So let's get a good deal while we can. Thank you, Mount Magnet. Many people are wondering, well, actually nobody's chatted to me about it, to be honest with you. Sorry about the shaking, but I am in a car that's going over a reasonably sort of a bumpy road at the moment. Yes, people have asked me, no they haven't, people would like to ask me, how does one sustain themselves on a long journey? Pretzels, that's it, pretzel, plenty of them. Oh, lovely. And when you have pretzels, water, look at that, it's in a Coke bottle. Must be vanilla Coke. There you go, how to sustain yourself on a long journey in a car. One thing that we have noticed as we've done our journey today, and we've travelled just over 600 k's at the present time, is that the vegetation changes pretty much the whole time. It's been remarkable. Now we're really in sort of desert country. There's a lot of rock here. There's very, very small, low shrubs that don't look all that fit. The soil has got noticeably redder. It is, it's just a remarkable place. Western Australia is huge. It's just amazing. we've been travelling all day and we've barely covered any of it at this present time. So, this is a trip that we're really, really going to enjoy. We are entering Q. Well, that sounds rude, doesn't it? Because Q was a gadgets guy from the James Bond film. But anyway, we are here. We left home at 12 minutes past 8 this morning, and we've got here, it's almost just 5 past 5 here. It's been a good day's travel. We've seen quite a lot. We've had some adventures. We've had some disappointments as well. But here we are. We're in Kew finally. Looking forward to having a good night's sleep. And we've just turned up to Queen of the Murchison, which is where we are staying. Bye. If you'd like to follow our adventures, please hit the subscribe button and be notified when we next put up another episode of our adventures. From Heather and Steve, catch you next time and happy travelling.